Even if the average person worked full-time for over 1,000,000 years, they still wouldn't be as rich as Elon Musk. He is considered by the media as the real-life Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr., more commonly known as Tony Stark in the movie, was even reportedly heavily inspired by Musk, with Forbes placing his net worth at an estimated $219 billion. He is one of the richest people in the world and one of the most influential men on Earth. These results are definitely unusual and unexpected, especially for someone who lived on just $1 a day. Even if he's an outspoken and highly controversial man, it's impossible to deny that Musk has revolutionized the tech world with companies like PayPal, Tesla, and SpaceX, among others. Elon is well known for working quite hard to keep these companies afloat, and he now earns more than the revenue of entire countries. So, how does he enjoy the rewards of his labor? Given his ability for revolutionizing the auto industry, it's no surprise that Musk has a taste for fancy cars. Back in 2013, he paid $920,000 at an auction for the Lotus Esprit submarine car, which was made famous in the 1977 James Bond film, The Spy Who Loved Me. Even if Musk runs a company that produces electric vehicles, he also owns two gas-powered cars, a Ford Model T and a Jaguar E-Type Series 1 Roadster. Musk also paid $1 million for a McLaren F1 supercar but destroyed it in 2017. According to some sources, this car has inspired Elon to create performance-oriented cars that Tesla produces today. Well, I have to admit, that is a heck of a lot of cars, but fortunately, Musk has no shortage of storage space. In fact, Elon owns an impressive real estate portfolio worth nearly $100 million. While he has promised to sell all of his residences and 7 of his homes have been formally listed for sale, that doesn't mean we aren't going to take an exclusive tour of his lavish mansions. Here at 10911 Chalon Road in Bel Air, Musk made his first real estate purchase in late 2012. It cost him a whopping $17 million, so you can bet that it's provided with everything he needs. The 20,248 square foot home features a unique 1,000-bottle wine cellar and a 2-story library, 7 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, a dedicated kids wing, a theater, a guest suite, a tennis court, a swimming area, a fitness center, and a 5-car garage. Due to his love for the area, Musk purchased 2 more homes on the same street, including one for $6.75 million in October of 2013, and converted it into a private school for his children. A couple years later, he spent a whopping $20 million for another ranch-style house and $24.25 million in 2016 for a 9,309 square foot mansion. Since the Tesla factory is located in Fremont, California, when Elon is up to his eyeballs at work, he does need a place to sleep. Even if he does own the keys to a neighboring house, or more like a nearby palace, he has admitted to sleeping on the floor of the factory's conference room. In 2017, Elon spent a whopping $23.4 million for a 100-year-old, 16,000 square foot Mediterranean-style estate in the affluent San Francisco Bay Area suburb of Hillsborough. That's an incredible real estate portfolio, and it doesn't even take into consideration the well-known temporary boomerang-shaped house in Brentwood. Nowadays, Musk can afford anything he wants, like classic cars and $100 million worth of houses, but getting to this point of ludicrous spending wasn't easy. Let's take a look at how exactly Musk went from earning less than $1 daily when he moved to Canada to being worth more than the country's GDP and establishing himself as one of the world's richest men. His remarkable rise to the top started decades ago. Before he amassed a $200 billion net worth, Musk was already working on successful projects as a teenager back in South Africa. His entrepreneurial spirit was always evident. In fact, he started learning about programming when he was just 10 years old, and he actually made his first business sale at the age of 12 after he sold a video game called Blastar to a magazine for $500. At Queen's University in Canada, Musk quickly picked up a side hustle selling computer parts and PCs to other students. After moving to the University of Pennsylvania, the billionaire visionary and his roommate converted their college house into a nightclub on the weekends, charging $5 at the door so they could make money to pay rent. He will reportedly make an entire month's rent in a single night. From there, he won admission to the prestigious doctoral program at Stanford University in California, where he planned to concentrate on a PhD in energy physics. However, in 1995, he dropped out of Stanford after just 2 days in order to take advantage of the internet boom and start his first company, the Zip2 Corporation. This was an online city guide aimed at the newspaper publishing business, and Musk was able to land contracts with both the New York Times and the Chicago Tribune to provide content for their new online sites. Elon and his brother started it with $28,000 in startup cash from their father. While waiting for that company to boom, Musk lived in the same rented office that served as his company's headquarters and was reportedly showering at a local YMCA. In 1999, they sold it for about $300 million. Elon and Kimball Musk, the original founders, earned $22 million and $15 million respectively. His net worth has only increased since. With Elon's $22 million, he co-founded X.com in 1999, a sort of online bank that would soon become PayPal, one of the most used and famous online payment methods on Earth. The platform was so successful that eBay decided to buy it in 2002 for $1.5 billion in stock, of which Musk, the largest shareholder with 11.72% of shares, received about $180 million. In early 2002, this tech mogul, with a penchant for anything space-related, used $100 million to fund SpaceX, a space transportation and aerospace manufacturer. The purpose of the company is to reduce the cost of space transportation and to eventually allow people to live on other planets, like Mars. SpaceX, whose valuation has been fluctuating at about $44 billion recently, has been in the news for over 2 decades. It's hard to imagine how Elon feels being the proud owner of the first commercial business to launch a spacecraft to the International Space Station. Musk is also well known for loving renewable energy. This is why, in 2003, he invested in Tesla Motors and helped them to develop their first electric vehicle. Contrary to popular belief, Elon Musk did not start this insanely successful company from the ground up, but he is still considered by Tesla to be a co-founder. With the company now thrust into the spotlight, Tesla managed to raise $226 million when it went public in 2010. Since then, Musk has invested hundreds of millions of dollars back into the company and sacrificed his annual salaries to allow it to grow. Tesla offers much more, as Musk wants to make electric cars accessible to everyone. Musk promises that they won't stop until every car on the road is electric. With all of these various companies, no 2 days are the same for Elon. On Mondays and Fridays, he heads to Los Angeles to work on SpaceX, and he spends Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at Tesla in the Bay Area. Quartz estimates that he spends an average of 42 hours a week working at Tesla and 40 hours a week working over at SpaceX. SpaceX and Tesla are Musk's 2 best-known companies. That doesn't mean that he doesn't have time for other businesses. Through Tesla, Elon purchased Solar City for $2.6 billion worth of stock. He has acquired the growing brand not only to revolutionize the automotive industry, but also to start a global movement away from polluting machinery. In 2014, Elon quietly co-founded his own school named Ad Astra, a progressive essential learning institution for the children whose parents work at SpaceX. Elon paid to have his child's former teacher relocate to their new school and renounced his employees' tuition fees. The approach, which is more active and teaches students to solve real-world problems, has been so well accepted that an online school known as Astronova is now available to anybody around the world. It's evident that learning through AI sounds much more interesting than learning from a boring textbook. Elon is also the founder of the Boring Company. Since 2016, he has raised and invested hundreds of millions of dollars for this tunneling and transportation startup. The goal is obvious. He seeks to alleviate car congestion by building a large network of tunnels underneath big cities, like Los Angeles. Elon Musk has always been known to be a workaholic, and over the last 25 years, he has either invested in other people's companies or started his own. In 1998, Elon invested in Everdream Corporation, which was eventually sold to Dell. This was officially the beginning of his investment career. After that, he invested his money into a small satellite company called Surrey Satellite Technology, an online payment company named Stripe, an artificial intelligence startup called OpenAI, an AI research lab called DeepMind, and a DNA sequencing company, Halcyon Molecular Inc., which ended up being a failure. Like most other billionaires on Earth, Elon Musk devotes much of his fortune to charity. In 2002, he and his brother founded the Musk Foundation, and Elon has personally donated over $257 million to the organization. In 2015, he also donated $10 million to the Future of Life Institute to run a global research program aimed at keeping AI beneficial to humanity. Musk also signed the Giving Pledge, which was created by Bill and Melinda Gates, along with Warren Buffett. This means that he's committed to donating the majority of his fortune to charity. While most famous celebrities spend half their time on vacation, Musk almost never takes vacations, though of course he can afford luxurious trips. He purchased a yacht named Mr. Steven, but this was a SpaceX rocket recovery vessel. According to him, he has worked up to 100 hours a week in the past in order to achieve his goals. Nowadays, he regularly works between 80 and 90 hours a week without any time for travel. During one of his interviews, he admitted he works this hard so that he can achieve in 4 months what it takes others who work 40 hours a week to achieve in a year. You can think what you want about Musk, but he's definitely a workaholic. In 2015, he confessed he'd only taken about 2 weeks off since starting SpaceX about 12 years earlier. In 2018, he even said that he was sleeping on the Tesla factory floor because he didn't have time to go home and shower due to Tesla being behind on production. Would you be willing to not take a vacation for over a decade while working every single day of your life to keep your company afloat? Let me know in the comments section down below. Just because he works 24/7, that doesn't mean he never flies through the skies. In fact, he often flies in luxury vehicles only billionaires can afford. Musk is the proud owner of 4 jets, 3 of which are made by Gulfstream. The most expensive one is his $70 million 2015 Gulfstream G650ER. In 2018 alone, he flew more than 150,000 miles. According to most billionaires, using a private jet is the best and fastest way to get around and save most of their precious time. Musk also owns a Dassault 900B, which is the first jet he ever purchased in 2004. So, which of Elon's possessions surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're mind blown by how Elon Musk spends his billions, make sure to check my video on how Vladimir Putin spends his billions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.